Hello everyone. We are in the MOOC SWAM course on Nationalism and Constitutional Growth in India, 1858 to 1920. Friends, we are talking about cultural nationalism. We are talking about Hindutva and rise of Hindu nationalism in India. So far, we have got to know that how the formation of R.S.S. was inspired by the European events and how the very undertone that some of the dictionaries which have explained is like it's an ideology. Hindutva is an ideology of Hindu supremacy and of a Hindu nationalism, which wants to create a Hindu nation by excluding many of the communities from the definition of nation. So let us also focus on some of the other aspects of Hindutva. So as we were talking about that, as a Sangh Parivar is a collective term for vigilante, political and cultural groups promoting Hindutva. The Sangh Parivar, under which R.S.S, BJP, VHP, and Bajrang Dal and various other organizations, Hindutva, Yuva Vahini and others, they come under the banner. Uh, it is also promoted by the diaspora, on the global platform. So if we talk about the manifestation and articulation of Hindutva, the violence is a recurring phenomena, and also discrimination. And what we have witnessed that, they adhere to resort to violence, and Muslims are often target, and there has been various civil society organizations documenting rise in anti-Muslim violence since 2014. So that ultimately is that cultural nationalism has not waned from the national politics. Also, in terms of intolerance, what we see that it is extended to even Christians, journalists, lower caste, Dalits, Adivasis, and women, and not only Muslims are target, but various other communities are also on the target and hence facing violence. Kashmir has been a very a kind of prominent question in the discussion of Sangh Parivar's discourse. Um, if we see that V.D. Savarkar's influence, he rejects diversity and promotes the extreme hegemony. There is Shuddhi kind of movements in contemporary times like Ghar Wapsi, where there is practice of converting non-Hindus to Hinduism, especially Muslims, Christians, and tribal people. And there is a narrowing Hindu identity where there is imposition of severe restrictions, where many Hindus do not follow Hindutva, and they also are in opposition to any kind of violence committed in the name of Hinduism or Hindutva. So there are by and large majority of the Hindus rather who do not subscribe to the very Hindutva politics. And there is this clear distinction where Hindutva is a narrow political ideology, while Hinduism is a broad religious tradition. There is opposition within Hinduism. Many Hindus, both in India and the diaspora, oppose Hindutva ideology. And it's a very harmful kind of conflation where this attempted cover up of far right politics under the guise of expressing Hindu religious views is also criticized. There is divergence on the cow issue. Uh, there is, emotional for Hindutva, less significant for Hindu liberals, that what Arvind Sharma writes, and these attitudes towards English language and celebration for liberals, sufferance for Hindu nationalists. So they say, people who belong to the Hindutva ideology, they kind of try to conflate, the like cow is emotional for Hindutva, but cow is not emotional, or it is less significant for Hindu liberals. And similarly, uh, English language, for an example, it liberals celebrate English language, but Hindu nationalists, they say that English language makes them suffer. And on others differences, like on Nehru, on constitution, on secularism, or economic policy, or religious conversions, there are different kind of manifestations, relating to um, this question of conflation, or pitting against liberals, or pitting against, or there is a continuous kind of fight among Hindutva brigades and Hindus in general. So again, if we take this stock, from Hindutva comes the organization called R.S.S., which was established in 1925 by Hedgewar, as a right-wing Hindu nationalist paramilitary volunteer organization. It has, in fact, one of the largest organization in terms of cadres, in terms of membership. It has 57,000 branches, and it has a student wing, women's wing, economic wings, labor and workers wings, and and today it is in power in almost every state of India. Almost every state of India means, like, exceptionally, 3-4 states are not under the rule of BJP. Otherwise, BJP is currently even running the government at the center. So, what was the context of establishment of R.S.S.? There were riots in northern India, in by 1920s. So it was founded in response to Hindu-Muslim riots across northern India, with Hedgewar attributing the riots to Muslims. So Muslims are the main reason behind riots, and Muslims are initiating the riots. So hence we need to have a paramilitary volunteer organization, so that we will be training ourselves in such a way so that in the time of crisis we can in fact fight against the those violent groups who are engaged into riots. And the mission statement of R.S.S. reads as, Hedgewar emphasized protecting Hindustan by nourishing Hindu culture, and it is duty of every Hindu to consolidate Hindu society, and that leads to Hindu Rashtra, or Hindu nation. Um, some of the other co-founders, such as Dr. B.S. Munjay, described R.S.S. as an institution for the military regeneration of Hindus, aligned with the idea of fascism. So Munjay, and other leaders, in fact, went to, meet, Mussolini, so that they can come up with a kind of organization which will be based on military regeneration of Hindus. And also, there is a transition in leadership where M.S. Golwalkar succeeded Hedgewar in 1940. And Golwalkar, through We Are Our Nationhood Defined and Bunch of Thought, two particular books, in fact, laid the foundation in terms of ideology. And Golwalkar became the ideological architect of the Sangh. If we talk about, say, Golwalkar's vision and inspiration, Golwalkar's vision was of a Hindu Rashtra, where Golwalkar's vision outlined in We Are Our Nationhood Defined, drawing inspiration from Italian fascism, particularly Mussolini's paramilitary forces. Also, Golwalkar compared, drew parallels between maintaining Hindu supremacy in India and the Aryan racist supremacy in Hitler's Germany. Uh, and by 1940s, R.S.S. In fact, took decision where R.S.S. volunteers forbidden from participating in Gandhi's Quit India movement. And there's a allegation on R.S.S. In terms of Golwalkar allegedly met Gandhi over R.S.S. involvement in anti-Muslim pogroms during the partition, and that's kind of allegations and conspiracy. Um, but the independence of India culminated just within, say, 5-6 months. Assassination of Gandhi on 30th of January 1948. Leading to Golwalkar's imprisonment and the R.S.S. being banned. And it was found that Nathuram Godse was a former R.S.S. member, and he, had already attempted once but succeeded in 1948. So, if we again unpack the difference between Hinduism and Hindutva, Hinduism is ancient and persistent religion on the Indian subcontinent. Hindutva is a political ideology associated with the BJP and RSS. The rise of BJP in 1990, national successes in 14 and 2019 elections. If you want to explore academically, there's an ongoing academic debates on the relationship between Hinduism and Hindutva. There's a various descriptions of Hindutva, such as Hinduism on steroids, or an illegitimate child of Hinduism, or recognition of Hinduism as a religion and Hindutva as a political ideology. If we what we see that Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh plus the Parivar, Sangh Parivar, the family of the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, has in fact taken forward the mission of creating a Hindu Rashtra based on the ideology of cultural nationalism. And in the previous lectures, we got to know that how that particular cultural nationalism has been a driving force in many of the countries, not only for decolonization or anti-colonial movements, but also kind of creating a polarized society within their country. So cultural nationalism, on one hand, may have a positivity, but on the other hand, it leads to destruction and also marginalization of a diverse communities like minorities and other powerless groups. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much for having patience and listening to me very carefully on this important topic. I hope that you will have more clarification and questions when we will be opening for the course. Definitely, you'll be posing some of the questions in written form, and I hope that I'll be able to answer some of your tough questions so that we can learn from each other, and also you can in fact take it this a small piece of effort to the greater length by exploring on your own some of the things that which might have been left out because of the time crunch. So thank you once again. We will be now listening to some of the lectures on peasant movements in India, especially during the late 19th century and beginning of 20th century, and also workers' movements. These are the two areas which generally, we do not take into consideration as important topics, but for scholarly academic purposes and also for competitive purposes, for some reasons, we are incorporating into the discussion on peasant movements and workers' movements, so that you will be able to enrich your knowledge on these areas, and you can then relate it to the contemporary conditions of workers and peasants. So thank you very much.